Hello and welcome to a new episode of the devlogs of Runes of Aereal. So what I've done this time is a couple of things, amongst which implement the Vengeance card. So let's see what the Vengeance card does. Start up the sandbox. Here we are, and this is when you are attacked this turn, deal 1 damage to all enemies. So let's play that here and end our turn. So this enemy will attack and automatically it will deal damage. So how does that work? Well, essentially here we have the Vengeance turn all variable, and this is a variable here, and if it's bigger than 0, then we call a new function called enemy apply damage all. And this function, what it does is we pick all the enemies with a health greater than 0, and for all my enemies we apply some damage to that enemy. So in an earlier release I separated the applying of damage to the enemy, because the enemy damage can be done while using a card, but for example also now while dealing as a result, as a repercussion, or a repercussion of the thorns, for example. So this comes in very handy now while doing that enemy apply damage in an enemy apply damage all function. So let's see what the cursed card does by starting the sandbox once again, and I should have somewhere around here also a cursed setting for the sandbox. Alright, there we are. Draw 2 cards but lose 1 health, so let's do that. I lose 1 health and I draw 2 cards. So in order to do that, I have go to stuff and to cards here, and in the, let's lose that here, and we have this cursed card, and for this cursed card I have also a lose health function that will set to, if the lose health function is set to 1, we will deduct 1 health when this card is played. So this is also something here, and this brings me to the most important change here in this release, and in this update actually, and that is that we have started taking into account the leveling up of cards. So cards can have 3 different levels: level 0, 1, and 2, and they are represented here in 3 different. Let's go here. 0, 1, and 2. And maybe that's better here. So you'll see that 0, 1, and 2 always have 3 animation frames. So these animation frames here are split actually, because in the future they will have also a different way of looking, and they will also have a different number of damage, for example, depending on which level they are, 0, 1, and 2. But for now, what we did actually is we set all those values that can be done behaviors of a card that can be done when playing that card. Instead of setting it to a single value, for example, cost special value of lose attack all to 6, we set it to 6 semicolon 6 semicolon 6. So these 3 6s here mean at level 1 we deal so much, at level 2 we deal so much, at level 3 we deal so much. Actually we have to say at level 0, 1, and 2 because it's 0 based. Yeah? You see that every card's 0 animation, 1 animation, and 3 animation, which actually corresponds to level 1, 2, and 3. So that's what we did here. And actually what this does here, and let's just go and check out, for example, here for example, cast shield. What we do, instead of checking if the card's dot cast shields is bigger than 0, we check actually is the card's of cast shields of the specific level of the card is bigger than 0. So whenever we upgrade a card, we will upgrade, of course, this level instance variable from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2. And we leverage the fact that it is 0 based. We leverage that because in the token add function, we check the 0 or the 1 or the 2 token in the string here. So that's actually what happened. So we had to change that from integer, from a number variable to a string value as well. So that was really a lot of work because I had to name it temporarily cast damage underscore temporary, for example. I had to add a new cast damage and needed to replace every cast damage temporary with new cast damage, which was a string instead of an integer. So that's was a really lot of work, but it's a good thing because now we can start upgrading cards as well. So what I did here as well is create an upgrade card function, and this upgrade card function here will just get to the level of that card and then set the animation of that card. So that's a really fun thing to do, and I've already started also on an upgrade interface here, which will be expanded on in a later phase, for example, but I've already added that list here interface to be expanded later. So that was quite a lot of work, as a short video unfortunately, but it was quite a lot of work to refactor out all of the cast, fragile cast, damage cast, etc, of all of the cards from an integer into a string value to be able to upgrade those cards. So a lot of work with a short video, unfortunately. So that's it. As always, see you next time, and please subscribe. Bye.